Hi, and welcome to Pricing and Business Strategy. My name is Stefano and I'm a design strategist and a corporate trainer. This video explains the relationship between the price that the company is charging for its product and services and the overall strategy of that company. So, let's dig in. Okay, let's get started by making a very important observation. Competing purely on price is not a business strategy. Companies that are competing in an industry by cutting prices are developing a destructive competition, a competition that no competitor can win. There are only two ways in which companies can compete sustainably. One is creating a low-cost strategy, and the second one is developing a differentiation strategy. The first step in order to understand the relationship between the prices that a company is charging for its product and services and its strategy is by estimating the average cost and the average price for that particular product in the industry. In this graphic, the red line represents the average cost of the manufacturer in the industry, and the green line represents the average price for that particular product in the industry. The reason why estimating the average industry cost and price is relevant is because these two measures will give us an idea of the average margins that companies are making within the industry. And this average margin will become our benchmark in order to understand how companies that are developing either a low-cost or differentiation strategy are able to price their product and services accordingly. Now we are able to introduce the concept of low-cost strategy and explore how a successful low-cost manufacturer is able to price its product accordingly. In this graph, you can see that the dotted line that represents the cost of the low-cost manufacturer are much lower than the average cost that the other companies experience in the industry. Therefore, the biggest challenge that a low-cost manufacturer faces is how to squeeze cost to the bone. This can be achieved by standardizing and automating the activities required to manufacturing that product. McDonald is a very good example for it. But because the product that the low-cost manufacturer is producing wouldn't have all the specs and the characteristic that a premium product would have, the price that the low-cost manufacturer is able to command is lower than the average price in the industry. Despite that, the margin that the low-cost manufacturer is able to generate are higher than the average margin in the industry. After having introduced how companies implementing a low-cost strategy are able to generate higher margins than the average company in the industry, let's explore a differentiation strategy. Companies competing through a differentiation strategy face higher cost than the average cost in the industry. This is for a very simple reason. It's because they are creating premium product and services. In so doing, they are able to command a higher price than the average price in the industry. Therefore, despite they experience higher cost, their margin is higher than the average margin in the industry. Premium car manufacturers are a very good example of a differentiation strategy. Take for example Ferrari. Ferrari is not able to standardize, therefore automate all the activities required in manufacture their cars, but rather there are parts of those cars that still handmade. But despite facing higher cost, Ferrari is able to command higher prices that more than justify the higher cost, therefore generating higher margins than other companies in the industry. In conclusion, let me say that there are only two ways in which a company can compete sustainably. The first one is developing a low-cost strategy, like McDonald. In order to do that, a company needs to work hard squeezing those costs of production to the bone. Or a company can develop a differentiation strategy, which means that the company creates a premium product or service that command higher prices. The idea of a competition that is purely based on price is not a strategy. Any company at any time can compete by cutting prices, but that not only damages the long-term profitability of the company itself, but also damage the overall profitability of the industry. Stay tuned.